Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. And welcome to the first annual James Welsh Skincare Awards. Skincare awards no one asked for and no one cares about, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This will be a combination of products that I have loved throughout the year, through every step of the skincare routine, and a few little extra prizes for the worst and the scammiest. Of course, these are my awards, so it's all going to be things I loved. Some of these may not be the most popular of the year, but these are products that I've loved and used the most. So let's just get in with it. We're going to start off with the skincare routine, and of course, we're going to start off with the cleanser. And the best cleanser of 2021 for me was the Make Succulent Skin Wash Serum Weight Facial Cleanser. This is a serum weight cleanser, so it's super lightweight. This like soft gel that glides over the skin, lightly foams and then rinses away without stripping your skin. This cleanser contains amino acid enriched surfactants, meaning that surfactants which may dry out some people, it completely depends how it's formulated, this won't dry out your skin in any way, meaning you get a nice cleanse without any kind of drying feeling. We also have glycerin, sodium hyaluronate, and prickly pear, which is different to pear. Prickly pear is like a cactus that helps hydrate the skin. We've got niacinamide as well for more even tone, which also helps with barrier repair. Overall, this is just everything I look for in a cleanser. It's got some of my most favorite ingredients all in one. By default, every cleanser shouldn't strip your skin anymore, so this is great. There's also that gel type texture that we've come to expect from a lot of cleansers. I really do feel like everyone will benefit and can enjoy this cleanser, and it comes in such a good size pump bottle. Pump bottle is a win for me automatically. Let's move on to my favorite step of the skincare routine, and that is a toner. This may not be my favorite toner of the year, but it's definitely my most used, which pretty much means I must have loved it. This is the Element Advanced Calming Solution. This is, again, a very watery type toner that they say doubles as a toner and a serum, so that kind of makes it an essence to me, but something I used in the toner stage. And this toner in particular from the Element line is a calming, soothing, and repairing toner, specifically made for irritated skin. However, saying that, it does contain 59.12% of Centella Asiatica, which is a kind of key soothing and calming ingredient. What I love about this, however, they have something on their website called The Story of Synergy, and they actually talk about how the compounds in Centella Asiatica, whilst widely known to help restore damaged skin, can actually irritate the skin because it is a natural ingredient. So what they've done to solve this problem is they've included polysaccharides, meaning you get all the benefits from the Centella with the irritation reduced, which I think is great for a brand to be like, this is why we paired these particular ingredients together. It's the science without the boring science and listing their ingredients for a good reason. These polysaccharides are derived from the now quite popular snow fungus, keeping our skin moisturized as well. I love this. I go through these bottles like they are water. I put these on a cotton pad and wipe over my skin, and then usually do a second layer and pat into my skin. My skin loves this, absolutely loves this. I think the reason I went back to it, despite it not really giving me that dewy hydrated look that I love from a toner, is because of the way it did soothe and calm my skin and just did the job it was supposed to do. Let's move on to the exfoliant, and this is of course no surprise, the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA plus BHA Pore Tight Toner. You know I love Glow Recipe. It's got to be my brand of the year. That's not an award here, but let's add that in. Brand of the year, Glow Recipe. This product is inspired by the Korean Aquapil Facial, which combines exfoliation with hydration. And this product fits in perfectly with my skin this year because I was trying to focus on gentle exfoliation, lower percentages more often rather than higher percentages 2 to 3 times a week. My skin just seemed to prefer it that way. And what I love about this one in particular is, of course, as I said, the hydration exfoliating combination. So we have PHA in here, polyhydroxy acids, which is kind of referred to as like an AHA, which smooths the skin and exfoliates, but also helps hydrate the skin. It's also said to have antioxidant benefits, not as much as like your vitamin C, but can have some antioxidant benefits too. And then of course we have BHA in here, which gets deeper into the pores, can help exfoliate from within. It's oil soluble, so it really helps with blackheads, clogged pores, things like that. We have 2 types of BHA in here, including betaine salicate, of course a mix of betaine and salicylic acid, and willow bark extract, which I usually see in a lot of my K-beauty products, and I love it as a BHA for my skin. Of course we have hyaluronic acid, and we also have tea tree, not for everyone's skin, but in this formulation I find it very, very beneficial for like breakouts, and also quite soothing as well. And we have that cactus water in there again, really hydrating. This product to me smells like cactus water, and it's got that really nice thick gooey consistency, which means you can put it in the palm of your hands, pat it in your skin without it dripping down your arms or dripping down your face into your eyes. You get to use all of that product without any waste. I love it. This is my go-to exfoliant nowadays, and one of my go-to toners as well for that really dewy, hydrated look. Moving on to the essence, it has to be, of course, the COSRX Advanced Nail Radiance Dual Essence. Of course, being snail, we have their triple snail complexion. This contains Lansdale to lock in hydration and refine skin texture, black mucin to help refine pores, and golden shell mucin, which supposedly blocks out harmful UV rays, but more importantly, it delivers moisture. Then they team that with niacinamide to help bring a brighter complexion, help with that oil sebum balance. It can also help with pores as well. This is just a nice, instantly hydrating, moisturizing feeling essence serum. It's my go-to product for a lazy routine. Cleanse this sunscreen. I've gone through bottles and bottles of this because I know my irritated skin loves it, my skin when it's behaving loves it, and it just benefits everything to do with my skin. Niacinamide is one of those ingredients, key ingredients that I'm going to use forever to help with my oily skin and balance it all out, help keep my skin tone looking even. And this is now one of my go-to products that I use alongside new products when I'm testing them, because I know how my skin reacts with this. I know how my skin behaves with it, and I know it's not gonna kind of like irritate my skin in any way whatsoever. I love applying this to damp skin because you really do get those hydrating benefits. Your skin looks and feels well hydrated. The serum, again, it's got to be a COSRX one. This is the Full Fit Propolis Light Ampoule. You'll notice that I've not really got too many insane actives when it comes to my serums this year, and again, that's just because I was kind of trying to concentrate mainly on keeping my skin calm and healed. So the Full Fit Propolis Light Ampoule is basically a moisturizing ampoule. You get this real glow to your skin that is kind of like a deeper glow, but also kind of sits on the surface with no stickiness, so you can layer up on top of this absolutely fine. No pilling, so you can apply sunscreen over the top as well, and you still have that glow to your face. We have 83% of black bee propolis extract. We have glycerin to help hydrate, and we also have panthenol, which is incredibly soothing as well. So this is one of those really, really good serums that you can use all year round, even when your skin's irritated, and it's gonna make your skin look amazing whatever condition it's in. A very, very simple ingredient list, and a lot of people say, you know, the honey has like antibacterial, antimicrobial benefits, which I'm not sure are really the case here. You mainly get that moisturizing feel from this serum. The best eye product this year has to be the Dew Skin Forever Eye Mask. These are reusable eye patches that you would have seen to death if you follow me on Instagram, that you team with your favorite eye cream. You put these eye patches over, and it allows the product to absorb better into the skin and work to its fullest. I leave this on when I'm getting ready or when I'm going somewhere. I leave this on for about 30 minutes, and when you take it off, you can see the difference. You really, really can see the kind of like plumpness to under your eyes. You can see the brightness to under your eyes as well. Whilst temporary, when used long term, I've noticed my under eyes have gotten a lot lighter. I don't look as tired, even though I am. And I just think a reusable eye mask is one of the most genius things ever. With that being said, the best mask award has to go to Experiment, their avant-garde reusable silicone sheet mask. Again, the same kind of concept as the under eye mask. You team this with your favorite serums, essences. You can even put it over the top of a moisturizer, and just helps everything penetrate into the skin. It helps your products work to the fullest, and you're left with an amazing glow. Let's talk about lip products, and whilst very, very new, this is one of my favorite products, not just of this year, but something I cannot see myself not using from now on, and that is the Drench Lip Treatment by Esho. This is an insanely hydrating lip product. Oh, it's here, look. That literally just feels like there's water on your lips. Ooh. With no stickiness, no oiliness. Look, it doesn't look like I shoved a half ton of Vaseline on my lips. And that's because it's about hydration. It's about the water content in your lips. This also is infused with wild plum, harvested AF. Derived from 3 types of Australian plum. We've got hydrating glycerin in here as well. I actually struggled to find the ingredient list, so I'm not sure where this intense hydration is coming from, but whatever, I don't care, I love it. And then I usually follow that up with the Esho coat as well, to kind of lock in all that hydration. My favorite moisturizer of 2021, again, has to be from Make. This is their Succulent Skin Gel Cream Moisturizer. Again, they describe this as a serum weight moisturizer because it's incredibly lightweight, yet not what we expect from gel moisturizers. It doesn't like disappear into the skin once it's on there. It settles into the skin, but you're left with this dewy moisturizer look to the skin that doesn't feel greasy or suffocating. It's extremely comfortable. And I've never used a moisturizer where both my oily T-zone and my drier cheeks is perfectly comfortable with the way this feels and works on the skin. Again, this has prickly pear extract in it, that hydrating cactus type plant. Niacinamide and sodium hyaluronate, we all know what those do by now. Aloe vera to soothe, calm and hydrate again. This is the perfect moisturizer that kind of meets somewhere in between gel and cream. And I'll apply this and it doesn't turn to grease on my T-zone, it doesn't disappear on my dry cheeks. It's just somehow got that perfect balance for all the different skin types on my face. And I really do feel like they say it was developed for all skin types, and I believe that. I'm on my 5th tube by now because I love it so much. So much. To use on the skin, it does feel a bit no thrills until you look at the ingredients and what it's really doing for you. It's just the moisturizer that I cannot see why I really have to use any other moisturizer. If reviewing skincare products wasn't my job, this will be my go-to moisturizer for the rest of my life. Spot treatment. It has to be Rosen's Breakout. This has to be probably one of the least enjoyable products to use, just because it feels like you're just slapping a homemade paste on your skin. But this direct spot treatment, for me personally, and I don't like to exaggerate, gets rid of spots overnight. This is my go-to spot treatment because I know it's gonna work for me. We actually have zinc oxide in here, which is great for breakouts, apple cider vinegar and peppermint oil, which I usually avoid on my skin, but in small doses it's not going to do much harm. What they say on their website is that both zinc oxide and apple cider vinegar have been specifically proven to fight C. acne bacteria from spreading. They're saying that C. acnes is the most common acne causing bacteria that causes an infection below the skin surface, and apple cider vinegar and zinc specifically target this. Whatever it does, whatever it's got in it, it just works so well. I wish it was maybe in like a pump, because there's just something about the application process that I don't really like. But if it was in a little pump that you could put in your finger, and then it would be the perfect product. Sunscreen, finally, it has to be the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sun Cream. Whilst this is still a relatively new product for me, I've been using this for 2-3 weeks now. You don't need that long of a sunscreen to tell whether it works or not. They did renew their formulation and made sure that it's been clinically tested for UV protection and is safe to use after Sunscreen Gate. But this is, again, an amazingly hydrating product with their birch sap. Sodium hyaluronate as well gives you that nice hydration. This goes on, no white cast, doesn't smell, doesn't sting. Even on my irritated skin, I tested it and it didn't have that usual stingy feeling, that prickly stinging sensation that a lot of sunscreens have on irritated skin. And I can reapply this and reapply this and reapply this without it getting greasy. So this is a sunscreen that I now have to have all the time. All the time. It's pretty much replaced every sunscreen I use. Let's move on to the skincare tool of the year. And for me, one of the only tools I've been using is the Sachu facial roller, the stainless steel facial roller. It's just nice to use. I think especially when you have rosacea, something like this, a stainless steel roller that's always cold. You don't have to put it in the fridge. Having that constantly cold tool on hand just to roll over areas of rosacea, to tone down the redness, calm your skin, cool it down. Areas of irritation as well. Whenever my skin was irritated and I was tempted to pick and scratch, a cold roller over the top just instantly soothed that all down. This has saved so much irritation and picking and damage on my skin. That's what I actually use it for more than the actual roller effect of it. But of course, following Sarah Chung's kind of like tutorial on how to use the roller, it's still an amazingly relaxing experience with that coldness from the stainless steel. One thing I barely ever talk about is body care, like skincare. I did one video, but my favorite body product of the year has to be the Peach and Lily KP Bump Boss Microderm Body Scrub. Yes, I've had 2 sponsored jobs with this brand and this product, but they sent the product to me a few months before I got to say yes or no to the sponsorship, and I absolutely loved it. I don't usually like spending time on my body but usually I scrub with a loofah and then I'm done. But the results that I saw from this 2-in-1 physical and chemical body exfoliant was amazing. So of course KP, Keratosis pilaris, that red bumpy chicken skin on the back of your arms. This is kind of like a mix of like a chemical peel and a physical exfoliant to help smooth out that skin and even out the tone and reduce the redness. It uses 10% AHA, PHA fruit extract and mineral crystals to gently polish away all the dead skin and even out that tone and texture. Also combined with mugwort and cica to soothe and calm any redness and irritation. This has really made a difference in such a short amount of time, which seems to be like an ongoing trend with Peach and Lily products. And we've also got squalane, cucumber and hyaluronic acid, so you come out of the shower feeling nicely hydrated and moisturized. The biggest fail of the year for me has to be the brand Reflect. If you've not heard of the gamer Valkyrae, well, this was her skincare brand, and I made a whole video about the situation and how I feel and who I feel is responsible. But this was a skincare brand that promised protection from blue light from your screen, computer screen, TV, what have you, basically saying that we need protection. However, the science isn't there for that. It was a huge scam. We all know you don't need blue light protection from your screens and phones. We know you need it from the sun, but there's no evidence as of yet showing that we need to protect our skin from our screens. And despite the brand Reflect saying that they had evidence, their own evidence and own research to back this up, and lying to the influencer Valkyrae that they used as the face of the brand actually shut down less than 2 weeks after their launch, and rightfully so. This brand relied on antioxidants as their blue light protection, which I guess is more of an afterthought than protection. Contained no oxide ingredients, which is usually used, which is needed to help protect against blue light from the sun. So there really was no protection in here whatsoever. So not only was the science a lie, but the products didn't really do what they said they were going to do if that's what we needed them to do anyway, you know? But anyway, that's gone. And finally, the brand who I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of next year and will be bigger this time next year is the K-beauty brand Sioris. I've been a fan of theirs and the Time Is Running Out mist for a long time now. I actually saw it first on Leah Yu's channel, and I've been a user of it ever since, especially in the summer. But what I really think is going to make the difference this year is the fact that JYP, Park Jin Young, invested in this brand. If you don't know who that is, he is the CEO, I guess, creator, producer, whatever, of JYP. It's basically a K-pop record label who represent one of my favorite girl groups of all time, Twice, and also ITZY. This massive investment, along with JYP's creativity and business savvy ways, I feel like we're going to be seeing this entering the Western market a lot more. New products coming out, money for more innovation, and just generally more of a buzz around this now K-pop related brand. So there we go. They are the James Welsh Awards, the first annual James Welsh Awards. You'll be seeing me next year at the same time for the second annual James Welsh Awards. Let me know what you think of these products, if you've tried any, in the comments down below. Let me know your award winners for this year. Send me a long list. You can watch some more product reviews here and some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.